Hey everyone, I'm Army Gaming, welcome back to my channel, and welcome to Monster Legends. So with the Earth Colosal Breeding events coming up, it is time to talk about which Earth monsters are actually worth going for in all of Monster Legends. So first and foremost, the one thing I should say is that the legendary monsters I'm going to talk about, these are just my personal opinion on which I think are worth going for, and I'm going to try to give my best reasoning as to why I think those monsters are worth going for. But I should also mention that it might not be a good idea to spend gems trying to get a particular Earth monster just because there's a race coming up, and with the race, you know, that's probably where your gems are better devoted towards, especially if you're in a really good race team where you can get the new mythic monster rank 3 or above, heck, even rank 2, honestly. Or even if you can get the monster at all, the new mythic monster, that's probably the way to go as opposed to some of these Earth monsters. But if you're not in a really good race team or you just want to get a particular monster for collection purposes, that's totally fine. That's totally up to you. First and foremost, I think what I always used to say, and I'm going to start saying this again, you should get the one monster that makes you happy. If there's a monster that I don't recommend, and just to let you guys know, I'm probably not going to recommend 99% of the Earth monsters, but if it makes you happy getting that monster because you've always wanted that monster, please just go ahead and get that monster. You do not need to ask if it's okay if you get the monster. If you want the monster and it makes you happy, I think that's ultimately what matters. I am coming purely from a competitive standpoint, like this monster is worth it because this monster is actually good. But again, if you want a monster because it makes you happy, please just do me a favor and get that monster because that's what matters. It'll make you happy, and this is your chance to get the monster. So first and foremost, also, with the Colosal Breeding event, do not try to breed random collections. Just be on the lookout. I'll definitely be posting. There's going to be a Google Doc going around showing all of the combinations, all of the monsters you need to breed together to get a particular monster. So don't just try random breedings, just wait for your combination to be out and then you can focus on it. So with that being said, let's go into it. So the first roll of monsters, the classics. Unfortunately, none of them are worth getting. Although I will say, if you do have a monster in your storage, like I have my She-Howl in storage, it would probably be a good idea to start hatching the monster, because for all you know, that monster is going to be used to breed the monster you want. Although historically, from what I remember in the Fire, Nature, and Thunder Colossal Breeding events, it feels like to get the main good breedable Earth monsters, you're gonna need like a Nemesis or a VIP, or like definitely a Nemesis. But anyhow, we'll just keep going into it. So from the first row, I can't recommend anyone. From the second row, I also cannot recommend anyone. From the third row, oh look, Trilops, he's actually breedable. So this is not a monster worth breeding during this event because he's permanently breedable. By the way, that's what that means. Certain monsters have different icons. Rockantium, Deadwolf, Trilops, that means they are permanently breedable monsters. So no need to go for them unless you don't have the monster and going for them right now is actually going to help you get the monster you want. Then in that case, go for them. But let's keep going. Atlas, Atum's Pet, Hyperion the Tenacious. Alright, so Hyperion the Tenacious, let's just get this out of the way. This is a VIP monster. VIP monsters you normally could only get by spending money on purchasing them. I believe they would cost like $20. So with that being said, if you want this VIP monster just for collection purposes, you definitely should pick him up. He's actually one of my more favorite VIP monsters. I love the monster design. He's a cool monster, so for collection purposes, that might be the only reason worth picking him up. Moving on, let's see. Wildcats, Olafur, Louie. Nope. I don't have Pigredo, really? He was a maze monster. How do I not have him? Wow, I must have just ignored him. We have Hydratilla the Riftmaker, the mistake. So, the Hydratillas, there really shouldn't be an Earth Hydratilla. Well, there should be an Earth Hydratilla, but there shouldn't be an Earth Element Hydratilla. So, if you don't have this monster for collection purposes, I would say pick up. Also, assuming SocialPoint keeps doing Nemesis Survival Dungeons, it wouldn't be a bad idea to pick up some more Nemesis monsters. Because if you can do the Nemesis Survival Dungeon and actually finish it all the way through, you can pick up a ton of orbs, a ton of gems, and a diamond relic. So it's definitely worth going for the Nemesis monsters. If you don't have them, it's definitely worth picking them up so that you can ultimately pass Nemesis Survival Dungeon. Now, most notably, I would wait for Zyron the Ruby, and I would wait for Samael the Plague Carrier. So for the Dark El Colosal Breeding event and for the Magic El Colosal Breeding event. So Hydratilla is not really a mandatory must-have one, but again, for collection purposes and to help you beat Nemesis Survival Dungeon, it wouldn't necessarily be a bad idea. Moving on, we have Baba Yaga. How do I not have the warrior ranked up? I feel like SocialPoint gave away this monster in so many events. I probably have a lot of sales for him. But yeah, we have Baba Yaga and Baragor. These two are actually pretty good legendary monsters. if you're in a position where you can't breed anyone else, but somehow you have the combos for Baba Yaga or Barakor, especially if you're a newer player, I would say definitely go for them. Baba Yaga is a fast earth monster that has AoE possession, and Barakor is just a strong attacker. He's a previous team race monster, that's why I have him at rank 4, but he is a strong attacker. And comboed with Elvira, he can dish out triple damage 2 times over to the enemy. So he's really powerful. And then we have Warthog. Ah yes, Warthog. This is a powerful Nemesis monster. If you had to pick between getting Hydrotilla or Warthog, definitely go for Warthog. Mountain Splitter is my personal favorite. This is a dark one. A lot of players also like Sunbringer. This is a light version. Super powerful against the likes of Samael. But definitely you can't go wrong with Sunbringer or Mountain Splitter. Because I'm missing Sunbringer, I think I only have like 75 cells for him. I'm definitely going to be picking one up just so I can complete my collection. Skull Crusher is the basic one. I don't recommend him. But definitely if you have a chance to pick up Mountain Splitter or if you have a chance to pick up Sunbringer, definitely pick them up. It's funny because Warthog actually has a skill that is a lot more powerful than it should be. Watch. Go to skills. Where is it? It is Dawson Ghost. Deals heavy special damage, removes all positive effects. For whatever reason, I think it's that skill. Let me see. I might be wrong. Removes no Mountain Splitter. Attack, broken. Maybe it's one of the other ones. Removes positive effects, deals moderate. Okay, no, this one. This skill right here is powerful because it removes positive effects first and then deals the magic. And then deals the damage. So Wraith is a really powerful attack. And for some reason, I feel like even Dawson Ghost, even though it says removes special damage and then removes positive effects, I feel like it removes positive effects first. I don't know, I have to test it, but definitely getting this monster and unlocking the Wraith skill, which is your skills group. Yeah, it's your rank 1 skill. That'll definitely help you out beat a lot of bases. Even like Sammy and him might help you beat Nemesis Survival Dungeon really easily. So I would say that's definitely something worth picking up. So yeah, you can't go wrong with him. He's definitely one of my #1 recommendations. If you can't get Hydrotilla, definitely go for Warthog. Either version, Mountain Splitter or Sunbringer. Then we have Montezuma, another team race monster. Also really good, can activate cooldowns, has a mega possession skill, has a single possession skill, has an extra turn skill. I like Montezuma a lot. It's outclassed for sure now, but oh, you also have the mountain trait, which is really cool. You can't be stunned and you can't be frozen. So it's a good monster. So if you're a newer player and you can't breed some of the other good monsters, but you have a chance to get Montezuma, I would definitely recommend Montezuma. Gaia Nova, I actually like Gaia Nova. I have a whole video on Gaia Nova, you should definitely check it out. She's almost like a Voltic of Earth monsters, has a lot of extra turn skills, but I think you can do without her. Baylor Team Race monster has a lot of total blind, has Quicksand, has the ability to taunt, I believe. Not a bad monster. Warmaster Gortok, unfortunately he's not available, right? He's a Warmaster. Let's see, Wolfgang, Sting Westclaw, this monster has anticipation. If Voltic and Xyla are a problem for you, or Rekka, or an extra turn monster, Sting Westclaw may be able to help. Let's see, we have Beladig, we have Itsunami. I remember liking Itsunami, but also not really needed. Zemillion, I don't even remember too much about this monster. Brutalis, this is probably everyone's go-to Earth monster. Was a team race monster, has the taunt mechanic. Taunt and dodge area probably works the best. It's one of the best play combinations you can utilize. So if you don't have Brutalis and you want to have a monster that can do taunt, he's a good one to actually breed and even rank up. Nabuline is a really good one that I don't have. This monster is awesome because you are immune to control. So even if you go second in the turn order and the enemy monster is faster than you and can control you, you're still going to be able to do stuff. And this monster can Mega Stun, and this monster can do so much more too. Definitely check out my video on Nabuline. This is a monster I wish I had but don't have. I think Nabuline I would 100% recommend. Let's see, we have Narok. What does this monster do? Another anticipation monster who's immune to stun. However, I feel like... So yeah, you have 2 anticipation monsters to choose from. You'd have to check out my videos on them to see what I said about them because I don't really remember them. And I feel like this happened a lot to me. The later monsters in the game, I just couldn't unlock them and I didn't really care because I already had my established monsters, if that makes sense. Hyperion is the Megataunt monster of the Earth category. You need this monster at rank 1 to get the Status Caster Megataunt. So if you don't have a Megataunt monster, it might be definitely to your advantage to pick up Hyperion. If you can get this monster to rank 3, you also get 50% damage mirror. And this is useful because the Megataunt mechanic really helps you out, especially right now where we're facing mythic monsters. If you don't have a Megataunt monster and you don't have dodge area, a mythic monster can probably do an AoE skill and obliterate your whole team. So if you can have Hyperion there to absorb the damage from the Megataunt and then let you act and do stuff, that'll be pretty cool. Did I say absorb the damage from the Megatons? Absorb the damage with Megatons from the Mythic Monster. So Hyperion might definitely be worth picking up. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be picking up one myself. We have Ugluk, good old Ugluk. This is the Hukuai of Earth monsters. Immune to control. And then if you look at his skill set, powerful skill set. He's literally like Hukuai without the anticipation. Strong monster for sure. We have Zombig. I don't remember too much about this monster. I have to probably say he might have not been that good. I think the only thing interesting about him was that Pierce mechanic. But yeah, you'd have to check out the video. And then Lamia, she's Forsaken, so unfortunately she can't actually be bred. So with that being said, my number one recommendation of the whole entire Earth category would have to be Warthog. Pick up Warthog the Mountain Splitter. Pick up Warthog the Sunbringer. After Warthog, right, let's say you have Warthog, I would say probably get yourself Hyperion, especially if you can get 2 or 3 so you can get the Megatons. That'll be awesome. If you can't do Hyperion, Brutalis is not a bad option, having the taunt mechanic on your side. And then in terms of deniers, I would say Nabuline is probably your next best bet. If you need an attacker, get yourself an Ugluk. And then I mentioned Sting Westclaw and a Rogue if you need something to counter Anticipation. But honestly, there's better monsters for Anticipation. You don't need to rely on these Earth monsters. So you can probably do without them. And then of course I mentioned, if you can't make any of these newer monsters, right, then Montezuma's not a bad pick if you need a denier. Baba Yaga's not a bad pick if you need a denier. And then Baragor's not a bad pick if you need an attacker. As for all these other monsters right here, I cannot recommend any of them. Like literally I can't recommend any of them. Hyperion is really just for collections. In terms of usability, I wouldn't recommend them either. But yeah, the only ones I can start recommending, and this is only exclusively if you can't breed anyone else. Baba Yaga's fine to get. Baragor's fine to get. Montezuma's fine to get. Baylor for the total blind, I guess, is fine to get too. But yeah, other than that, it's really this last line of monsters that you're pretty good at, right? Brutalis, Nabuline, Narogue for Anticipation, Hyperion, Ugluk. The Pierce mechanic is interesting, but I don't know. I'd have to actually check it out more. But yeah, that is essentially it. These are my thoughts on the El Colosal Breeding event. I just realized, are there any Quest Earth monsters? Elite. Where's the Quest Earth monsters? Is there no Quest Earth monsters? Oh, that's an interesting discovery. I would also say you could always pick up Quest Earth monsters because they could always be utilized for the quest days, but I guess the Earth category doesn't have any of them, so that's not really an option for you. So anyhow guys, that is going to be it for my opinion on the Colosal Earth Breeding events and which ones I think are worth going for. Please let me know in the comments below, who do you think is the number 1, the number 2, and the number 3 monsters, Earth monster worth going for. Please let me know in the comments below. I am super eager to see what you guys think is worth it. I'm super eager to see other people give their opinions on whether or not you're correct or not. And with that being said, yeah, just let me know in the comments below. Remember to subscribe, and I will see you all next time.